amazing assessment aficionados. In this video, we are going to take the information that we put into the curriculum map and we're going to move it over to the assessment specification document. So here I am on Module 1 of my curriculum map for underwater basket weaving. This is the module History of Baskets. And I have an assessment here called the History of Baskets quiz. And I have some standards that I've deconstructed here that we are going to address. And over here on the assessment planning area, I have my quiz name listed. I have some information about the assessment. I'm going to have 10 questions. They're about the history of baskets. It is a quiz. It is going to be objective. I'm going to have 5 parent items, and for each of those parent items, I am going to have 3 clones. So 5 plus 3 clones for each of the 5. That's going to give me 20 total questions. I'm going to shoot for a level 2 DOK across the assessment, and that assessment's going to be worth 100 points, which of course is going to be weighted with the other quizzes inside the learning management system. So now let's take that information and we're going to pop over to the assessment specification template. All right, so we are on the assessment specification document, and I am just going to move over my course name, Underwater Basket Weaving, and the assessment name. Remember, every specification document is for one quiz or test. Pulling the number of parent items from my assessment plan and pulling the number of clone items from my assessment plan and the total bank. So now also from my assessment plan, you're going to pull your standard and the deconstructed standards. I like to have the deconstructed standards because those are really my learning goals that my kids are going to get to, so I can be sure to write questions that are targeting those. So I'm going to put the number of parent items that I want to make for this topic out here on the left. So I want 2. This is going to be a medium question. I consider that like depth of knowledge around 2. The student can classify given baskets among ancient, medieval, and modern. So here we have our deconstructed standard was to classify baskets as ancient, as modern, as medieval. So I'm really getting at all of those, and I'm picturing in my head, this might be like a sorting picture kind of thing, a matching maybe, and I can easily get 2 questions out of that. The second one is the student will associate basket shape with use for medieval baskets, and over here we have the student will explain the uses for medieval baskets as my deconstructed standard. Well, this standard was really vague. It's set to understand, so I had to make up some deconstruction here that would help to explain what understand means. Your standards are not going to be that vague. And then I have 1 here that is low complexity. The students will recognize the names of ancient baskets. And I didn't have a deconstructed standard for that one, so I just pulled over the regular standard. All right, so now we're going to take these and put them down into the parent and child question area. You're going to just highlight the whole row, and I'm going to press Control-C to copy it. And note as you roll down through here that there's an example right here of what you're doing. And when I get down to parent item 1, I'm going to paste that in. That's my first question that I'm going to try to attack here. Here's my second question. And I had 2 questions for that, and I am just going to label that 1 and 2. That way I know that this is the first question for this topic. This is the second question. All right, I'm going to come back up and we're going to grab the next one down. And this is going to be question 3 and 4. Okay, and that is the first question of that topic. And that is the second question of that topic. So now we're up to question 4. I'm going to grab the next line down. And we're going to place that into question 5. And I only needed 1 of those. So we only need to paste that 1 time. All right, Now we are going to go back up to parent item 1 and we are going to start writing our parent question. The student can classify given baskets among ancient, medieval, and modern. All right, so I'm going to say, is the following basket showing, is the following picture, excuse me, showing an ancient, medieval, or modern basket? Oxford, comma. Okay, and then I'm going to have some sort of photo here, and you're going to want to go find that and make sure that you're allowed to use it and throw that in there so that it's readily available. And then we're going to do ancient, medieval, modern. I don't really have an answer D. I don't like to use none of these because then you cannot randomize your answers. So most learning management systems do allow you to only have 3 answer choices. So I'm going to just go with 3 there. You could make up another period here. So you could do Renaissance and you just make sure that you have covered that somewhere. And then I'm going to do my next child question is going to be exactly the same. Except this time, this photo, the first one, let's do medieval. And then this will be my answer. And then this is the photo of ancient. And we're going to take those answer choices, and I'm just going to copy them and paste them here. And that is an ancient basket. And then I'm going to paste those answers here too. And this one's going to be my modern basket. So we're just doing variations of a theme on that original question. All right, let's go on to parent item 2. Same topic, but we have to approach it a different way. So now we're going to classify basket among these 3. We could turn it around and say which of the following is a medieval basket. You probably will have enough in your standard to write a better question as your second item. It could be another math problem with the same topic, with the same deconstructed standards. It could just be another paragraph that they have to read and choose a theme. So you're going to have a better way to write multiple questions on the same topic. And then here we'll just turn it around. And we are going to say that that is my correct answer. And obviously, just like we did in the first one, you are just going to write a child question that would have an ancient basket and one that has a modern basket so that you're turning that question around to produce child questions. All right, you're going to just rinse and repeat for parent item 3 and 4. Those are also the same, and then parent item 5. Now you'll notice that this template is set up to have 1 parent item and 2 child items. If you need to have more than 2 child items, like we did say on this one that we were going to have 3 child items, so I am going to need to add a 3rd child item to each of these and rework that around for a 3rd question there. All right, that should give you enough to remember how to do the assessment specifications. Remember, there is an example here that you can always look at to follow to remember how you're going to do the parent and child items on an assessment. Thank you. Have fun on your assessment.